previously on Mechanist RPG.
Wolves are all dead.
We did it?
MVP
You
Shadow
did it.
Cat.
Yo.
GG. You also have -1 die for the rest of the day.
Whoa.
Because you're sick.
I would like to salvage the pelts from the wolves.
I'm also covered in urine now.
You're also It's fine because everybody else is covered in blood.
Yeah.
Blood spray.
I'm like drenched in blood. He's like, oh my.
Also, when I stand up, my pants go.
That's really uncomfortable.
This is what it looks like, just so everyone gets an idea.
You're
That
gonna
was-
turn on your camera on Skype and
Yeah.
show our guys what that looks like.
That was the weirdest sign language for a finger boner I've ever seen. Oh dear. To be fair, I don't look at too many different sign language variants, but
Hi! Now, with the adventure! What's happening now?
So,
was so
now
weird.
that the wolves are out of the way,
Oh, that was bad.
you're able to realize that they were feasting on several dead men in the road, and that's why all these crows are here.
I'm gonna search the men.
Okay, so do you like going through their pockets and looking for loose change, or are you like
And,
checking to see what happened to them?
I'm mostly looking to see what they have on them. For instance, weapons, arrows, gold.
Anything
Okay.
that would identify
Rings.
them.
Okay,
I'm a wildling.
so you have to.
I'm a bit of an
roll-
outlaw.
Yeah, you have
Survival?
to roll. No, you have to roll awareness.
Cool, that's even better.
Roll awareness. Now the rest of you can roll awareness to see if you know anything about what happened as well.
okay.
I got 15.
Okay.
14.
14.
11.
15.
15. Okay, so all of you.
Nice!
Well,
If you were here, I'd give you a high five.
you didn't succeed. You're the only one who didn't succeed, but everybody else did. So you don't know anything in particular, but you hear the rest of them talking about it because they all see things. The rest of them all see things. So you notice that there are blood pools under the men, and all of their throats are slit. So they died in the night. They didn't die because of the wolves attacking them. Curiously, though, their weapons are all sheathed and all their swords are still there. But there is dried blood covering the handles and the hilts, and the scabbards, indicating that they were probably used. And the wolves didn't kill them, so they weren't used during the scuffle when they actually died. You also notice that the crows got their eyes first, so all of their eyes are gone.
So they've been dead a while.
They're pretty fresh, probably last night.
Okay.
They're probably dead last night. And their faces are also torn off because that's what the wolves went for first, is the soft fleshy faces.
Gross.
Can I
He's
check and
already
see if this
creepy.
was the way that my old clan died?
Sure. For that, you should roll.
Knowledge.
This isn't my way.
It's memory, so cunning. You need to roll cunning.
5
because it's
dice.
memory.
You have
-1
5 dice on
because you
memory?
feel sick.
I'm cunning.
-1 die because you feel sick. Remember,
Whatever.
you vomited everywhere.
Ooh.
Nice.
19.
Okay. So you know that this is drastically different from how your people died, because how your people died, there was a lot of chaos because they knew what was happening to them, and so these guys, is quite obvious that they got their throats cut in their sleep.
I'd like to search for any boots or footprints that are not animal or...
Okay, so yeah, you did, because it's a continuation of what you already rolled for. You don't find anything of value on any of the men. What'd you roll?
15.
15. Okay, so that's good. So you do notice that all their swords are left. One of them has a very odd handle. It's a stag handle, meaning Baratheon, but it's uncrowned.
I'm going to take the
which
handle.
is odd. So you're going to take that sword. Okay.
Do these swords have a higher base damage than what we currently have?
No, they're common.
Okay.
There's probably less, actually. Nice one, because all your weapons are superior.
Are the bodies in good enough shape we could roll to see if we can identify these people?
They don't have faces.
No, they don't have faces.
They don't have faces.
That'll do it.
So you could try to roll. You could also try to roll cunning to see if you remember any of them by their body type. But if you wanted to,
Sure.
okay.
5, 10, 17.
No, you've never seen any of these people before in your life.
You douchebag.
Did you say Baratheon?
So yeah, it's a stag handle. So that means House Baratheon. But the stag is uncrowned, which is odd.
Can I heal her now, or do we need to wait until this interaction's done?
Did you say feel her?
Wait until the
Heal.
Okay, cool.
Can I feel her now? Are
wait
you
until
okay with that?
wait until the break because I have to re-look up the healing stuff.
Cool.
And I also think for injuries, like you have to wait a certain amount of time. Now for injuries that might only be a day. For wounds, it's like a week or more, depending on how bad it was. But let me look it up so we can do it right.
Cool.
Also, did you take any damage? Oh yeah, you did take that injury because that wolf got an incredible hit on you.
Yeah.
Okay, so then the last thing is you see horse tracks in the mud away from the scene that they're and are pretty fresh.
Okay.
Only one pair though.
I have track. How far?
You have survival and track. Okay, so roll that.
Cool. 3. Our guy's also got 15. Does he notice anything besides what I noticed?
Hmm?
He also got a 15. Does he notice anything?
Yeah, it's not anything different.
Okay. Oh god. Okay, I just rolled all 6s, so 18.
Okay, so you see that the tracks were obviously along the King's Road, but started to follow it, but off in the woods a little bit, so you won't be super seen. And they were heading south, the direction that you're going, or I should say southeast.
I would like to ask the group. I asked the group. We're told to follow. We're told to go south by Lord Sassy to compete an attorney, but it's my job to keep these lands safe. And
they're along the King's Road, headed the same direction that you guys are going.
Right, and they're headed the direction that we're going. But if this cuts off, I would like to figure out where these go.
So how far are we from the edge of Mechanist territory?
You're fairly close to it. But you are starting to reach the outer limits, because they're not the most incredibly land, retaining. Well,
I have a pretty good sense
no,
of
scratch
direction.
that. I'm sorry, forget what I just said. You're out of Mechanist lands.
Okay.
You're out of Mechanist lands.
I would advise that since we aren't on Mechanist lands, that we should notify the next guards we come across of what happened and what you know, instead of following it ourselves.
Alright. However, it does seem to stay pretty close to the path. If I followed it through the trees, off to the side, I would be able to keep track of both your position and mine.
You two roll status. Standard intrig time.
God damn. I have really bad status. I have the worst effing status in this whole damn
The
group.
status to see who goes first.
What'd you get?
11.
I got a 3.
Wait, how do you...
I get 3, and then
So
I
you
have
go-
a -2.
So you go first.
Oh, because you're from...
Because I'm a 1.
Let's do dispositions.
Okay.
Oh, wait,
so you
wait.
guys are still friends.
Well, I guess it doesn't matter, but I forgot I get +1 status.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
So
Also, actually, I only got 2 because I got a boater just 5 seconds ago from looking at your.
that is a -1 persuasion to, or 1 die persuasion for everything.
Yep.
that you're
So
about to
you
do
have
right
no
now.
So I'm at 0. I'm at 0 on status.
That was a status roll. That wasn't.
Oh,
Persuasion.
okay, cool.
But okay, so you go first. Let's get your dispositions. You guys are still friends, so I'm not gonna let you have negative dispositions. You can't be mad at each other,
Cool.
especially not now. But you can choose between indifferent, amiable, friendly, and affectionate.
Amiable.
Amiable. Okay.
We are friends, but we don't really know each other that
Yeah.
well.
Okay, so you're both gonna do amiable. Okay, so that both gives you an intrigue defense, which is like your armor. Is your intrigue defense of 3, a deception modifier of 0, but a persuasion modifier of +1.
That was +3 intrigue defense.
Yes, that is 3 intrigue defense.
Okay.
And 0 deception, but +1 persuasion. And so you're going first, so you should roll. Oh, what are you going to try to do?
I'm going to try to convince him that he should stay with the group.
Okay. So roll persuasion.
What was the +0 to?
It's a 0 to deception. To deception rolls.
7.
So 7. So then +1 for your persuasion modifier. That's 8. And then what's your intrigue defense?
My intrigue defense is 9 plus 3. 10, 11, 12.
Why +3?
Because you
we
said
got
plus
+3
3 to
intrigue
intrigue defense.
Oh, that's your. Oh shit. Why is it?
God damn it, Sassy.
That +3 is your deception rating. So, like in combat, you have your combat defense and armor. Intrigue defense is combat defense, is whether you hit it or whether you're able to hit it or not. And then the armor rating is how much, if that hit does happen,
Got it.
then the armor is how much of that is decreased by armor. So, you didn't roll high enough to get it, so he's unaffected.
Okay.
So now it's your turn.
Okay. And I'm trying to tell her that I can keep track of their position, and if I come across a giant fork where they go this way and I go that way, then I will come back and talk to them before I continue.
Okay.
So I roll...
Roll persuasion.
How much is persuasion?
Whatever your persuasion skill is.
I have deception. And I have...
Persuasion.
Persuasion. Sorry, I could not find that for the life of me. I just expect it to be right next to deception.
Roll both of those die. I think our guys just pieced out.
Our guys?
I'm still here.
Okay.
I'm reading about my weapons.
4.
4, okay. And
I
your
did not
intrigue
get high
defense is-
My intrigue defense is 9.
Okay, no.
Yeah, cool. What a useless
Neither
conversation.
of you are affected.
Um,
So do you guys want to continue or just kind of break it off and be like, whatever, and keep walking?
whatever, and keep walking. Like, I couldn't convince her. Could I convince anyone else in this group that I can do this?
Roll persuasion.
Intrigue.
Roll persuasion. And I'm going to make it a somewhat difficult...
I don't know.
It's
Me and our
probably
guys are
technically
pretty
gonna
good
be
friends.
impossible. This test is going to be 9.
Me and our guys are pretty good friends.
So you have to roll like 2 6s.
I got a 7.
You got a 7? No. You're not able to convince anybody else.
Okay. I know that Bob's is probably like insane.
My defense is 13. You can't hit 13 on 2 dice.
Awesome. Okay. I guess.
Good luck with that.
I guess we just continue.
GG.
Alright, so is there anything else you want to do at the scene of the crimes before you leave?
Can I see if there's anything weird about the crows?
Sure, roll awareness. You may certainly try, I should say.
6.
No, there's nothing weird about the crows.
Were you just going to say that either way?
Pretty much.
I want to check the immediately surrounding woods for any extra items that have been scattered.
Okay.
Can I help him?
Yeah, both of you roll awareness then.
I'll give you all the items, but I want to help you.
14.
10. 13.
You don't find anything unusual. You find some disturbances that show that several men were camping here last night. They're just kind of tracks in the woods looking for firewood and such, but no items.
Cool.
Can I test logic to see if I can figure out why these people were killed?
Sure.
Or is it too early for that?
Yeah, that's cunning, right?
That's
Yeah,
cunning
cunning.
plus logic 1, so I'll do 5 dice.
Yeah.
Alright. 22.
Jesus. Okay. So you notice that all of these men are fairly well built, and they don't look like peasants. They look like mercenaries, sellswords. So
That would explain why the crown is gone.
So your immediate conclusion is that they were hired for a job, and then someone killed the rest of them to keep them quiet.
I feel like we should continue this journey. We can't get anything more information out of this.
Okay, so you mount back up, and you're staying at an internet. What?
This was the example you gave when I was seducing
This
the old
is?
lady.
Yeah, it
This
is.
is the
I
example.
think it's the exact same inn.
So, the
We're-
rest of the day's journey continues without further incident. And then, so as dusk approaches, the most convenient place to
See, now
stop.
this makes more sense on why we're considered bad people. Okay, we can work with this now. Continue.
Is a moderately sized inn along the road that is called Dag's Inn. So as you walk in, you see the wife of the proprietor. The proprietor is a man by the name of Dag Moleskin. But he doesn't talk to you very much. He cooks in the back, and so he doesn't talk to you. He just kind of sort of glares at you from the kitchen. But most of the people who you're going to talk to is where'd she go? Meg Moleskin, who runs most of the inn and serves. There's also a serving girl in the tavern, and then you see a couple of guys in the corner. There's a very large kind of fat guy, and there's a kid who doesn't look like who looks quite comfortable, probably like a stable hand.
I'd like to see if I can get us rooms for tonight.
Okay, so you approach Meg, and she says, we'll serve you some ale and some food if you want, but we're not going to let you stay the night. We don't serve murderers and thieves like you.
I'd like to ask why she thinks we're murderers and thieves.
Before, I would like to step in and see if I have met her before or know anything about their family.
Okay, roll cunning.
Cunning?
This could help us.
Do I reset back to my full dice since that encounter is over, or am I still negative on die?
You're still negative
You
one die.
can reset.
Okay.
Both of you can reset.
Nice.
5.
You didn't fail by that much, so I'm not going to give you incorrect information. So I'm just going to say no. No, you don't know them. So you are wanting to start an intrigue with her.
Yes.
So both of you need to roll status.
For intrigue status +1, that's 5.
Oh, she just rolled 10.
I'd beat her by a mile.
Okay.
Yeah. 10, 17, 18.
Okay, so you also need to pick your disposition.
Friendly.
You're gonna be friendly? Okay, so you have...
Are you sure?
Okay,
You don't wanna be
yeah.
compassionate.
That's not...
What are the possible dispositions?
Well, it... Top down. Top being most... most friendly, which is also the lowest, intrigue armor.
But I'm getting sexy here.
And then... Indifferent being 4 intrigue armor, but no deception or persuasion modifiers, and then malicious being the most intrigue, the angriest, most vicious. It's affectionate, friendly, amiable, indifferent, dislike, unfriendly, malicious.
Which gives me the best deception modifier or persuasion modifier?
Your best persuasion modifier is affectionate, which is +5.
Friendly.
Okay, so you're gonna be friendly. So that's +3, but it's only 2 intrigue defense. Or, 2 intrigue armor.
It says here only 1 for last time. Oh, armor. Got it.
Yeah. 2 for armor.
Okay. Good
So
with that.
you're gonna go with that? Okay.
Friendly.
She is going to go dislike, which is 5 intrigue armor, but -2 persuasion.
Okay.
Okay, so you're gonna roll first. And what do
I'm
you tell-
rolling persuasion.
What do you tell her?
I want to convince her as I'm doing this.
You want to convince her? And then what's your overall goal for this intrigue?
To gain rooms for the night.
Okay, so to gain rooms of the night. Okay. So you're going to use convince?
Hold on, let me check how... Oh, I just add an extra die to convince. Okay. Persuasion also...
Why are you adding an extra die to convince?
Because I have 3 persuasion and I have convince 1. So.
Oh, yeah, you're a bonus die, yeah.
Okay. Ooh, that's not bad. 16.
16, okay. Let me look this up. Her intrigue defense is 9. So you hit, and it's 7, so you hit with a critical degree of success, which means that... And then what's your persuasion?
I have persuasion 3. And then I was using cunning 1. Or convince also.
Yeah, so persuasion 3, and then plus your friendly. So that's 6. Plus your critical degree of success, which makes it 9. And her composure is 6. So she's just got one-shotted. And what did you say to her?
We would like rooms for the night, please.
No, you gotta say something better than
Yeah,
that.
just
If you
say something
one-shot
better.
Trying
one
to
someone...
convince her.
Yeah.
You have to say a bit longer of a speech.
Okay. We are not thieves and murderers, but humble travelers on our way to King's Landing for a tournament. Please give us room so that we may honor the request of the king.
Okay, so her disposition increases from dislike to indifferent. No, I'm gonna give you 2. From dislike to amiable. And so she says, "Okay, you guys don't look like that rough of a sort." And she glares at Ulrich and Eighth,
Who are definitely whispering in the corner, by the way.
Yeah, because you guys are blood splattered. And you're
I was the
splattered,
one with most blood.
and you have a bit of blood splatter, and all of you are kind of blood splattered, which is no doubt suspicious. But you're able to convince her. She's like, "No, you don't look that rough of a sort. I guess you can stay the night. We've just been having a lot of trouble with robbers and thieves."
Can I use empathy to find out why? Or is that the wrong
Yes,
mechanic?
you can. Empathy is... Yeah, empathy is awareness, so you can roll awareness with your bonus die for empathy.
$16.
Okay. So, so you're able to tell that she's honestly concerned for small folk in the area. Because there's been a lot of robbers and thieves.
Okay.
And so she doesn't want to keep those kinds of people in her inn.
Which is fine. Like, it's understandable.
Okay.
Regardless of that, yeah, you can also tell that there's kind of a specific event that she is hinting at, but she hasn't specifically said.
Am I stepping on people's toes if I keep going at this and finding out what she wants? Okay.
We want you to do
so,
that.
what one can? Okay, so if I want to find out about this event, that would be.
So she's amiable now, so a simple persuasion success will be fine.
Okay, should
I'll
I
have to start another intrigue.
charm for that? What's the best?
No, just a normal persuasion.
Okay, normal persuasion test. That would be 10.
You just succeed. So, so what do you say? Like, what was your specific question?
You seem unsure about us. Why did you, or what has happened that you are so suspicious of all travelers?
Well, we're very close to the Danet lands, and they just had one of their villages massacred. 14 of their 14 villagers were slaughtered, and their homes were burned down, and their crops were destroyed, and Adam Danet specifically was in here this morning proclaiming that it was the soldiers of House Mechanist who did these things, and he claimed to have proof.
Where can we find this man? Eighth says from standing next to Ulrich.
Roll of persuasion.
Would you like me to ask that for you?
I would. After I'm done asking it, you should ask it.
She's like, no, honey, I'm not talking to you.
I got a 12.
Oh,
That's enough to succeed.
Damn.
She said,
Yeah, I know. It's like the one time only.
I don't know where he is specifically at this time, but he said that he was traveling to the tournament in King's Landing.
Alright. Thank you.
Was Adam Danet?
Who is Adam Danet?
That was
Adam Danet, who blamed it on House Mechanist that morning. And left that morning.
I'd like to roll knowledge to find out about the relationship between House Mechanist and House Danet.
Okay, that's knowledge or status.
It's equal for me, so.
Not for me.
No status.
Yeah, you should just
Like this. No status.
You should, yeah, this should be knowledge, actually.
If it's 4 and 4, so it doesn't matter. 13.
Okay, so you know that there has been a tensions between House Mechanist and House Danet in the past. Certainly nothing of this level of allegations before, nothing violence. But there have been accusations. Lord Sassy made it very clear that he was very unhappy with House Danet because they are a Riverlands house that are very close to the Iron Islands, but they did not commit any troops to any sort of war, whether it be Robert's Rebellion or the quashing of
House
the Iron
Danet.
Islands revolt.
cowards.
Food, not friends.
There's also a Danet complaint against House Mechanist because apparently we dammed one of the rivers that goes through our territory that inlets from the sea to better get like flood fields and crops on our side. But what that meant is that severely constricted the major river flow in Danet lands. So they're pissed at us because they think we did it on purpose to reduce their crop yields and all sorts of stuff. So there's kind of this sort of back and forth bickering allegations.
We're pissed
some
at
time.
them, so suck it!
One more for me before I let other people do stuff.
Yeah.
Knowledge to... Shoot, what was I going to knowledge?
Did you want to know more about the Danets in general?
No.
Okay.
I would.
You
I
should
would
ask
like
them
to-
about the Danets.
I would like to ask, Eighth, did you know anything about the Danets? Because I thought earlier you found out something about them.
Reuben Piper's Danitz, right?
Reuben Piper, I don't know. What does your note say?
Reuben Piper was, yes. His wife disappeared recently.
His betrothed.
His betrothed disappeared.
Who is Iris Dannett.
Right. Okay, cool. I didn't get the name, that's
So
fine.
Reuben Piper is a wealthy merchant who was traveling with the Dannett party that you heard of during the feast in House Mechanist before you left. You knew that Reuben Piper is traveling with the Dannets, but you also know that his betrothed, Iris Dannett, has gone missing.
Cool. Can we... Go ahead.
Knowledge to find out how Iris and Adam Dannett are related.
Go for it.
Probably buddies.
10.
Okay, you succeed. So you know that the head of Dannett House is Ulfric Dannett. You've never met the man before, so you don't know any physical characteristics. But you, and then you know that he has had 2 children. His wife has passed, has died, but he has 2 children, Adam and Iris. Brother and sister. So Adam is, and those are the only known heirs to the Dannett household.
Beautiful.
And then they also had, one of the Dannett villages had been destroyed, you said?
Yes, so the what Meg Moleskin just told you is that Adam Dannett is blaming House Mechanist for the destruction of one of their villages. A village raid.
Eighth speaks out and says, I may not be from here, but I know my king, and he would never, ever command... No.
Referring to Lord Sassy as king is heresy.
Treason, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
you notice that I only have a status of 1?
You have to say Lord. You know well enough to say Lord.
I know that Lord Sassy would never attack a village for no reason. And I know that he would never do it to one of his neighbors. Someone who's part of the same kingdom that he lives in.
Roll persuasion.
Oh, God. I always lose persuasion. Nope. I got a 2.
Meg looks at you and she says...
Snake eyes. Okay.
It doesn't matter what you say. Adam Dannett says differently. He held up a shield, a shield from House Mechanist that was bloody as proof. Apparently it was left at the scene of the attack.
I would like to blame not Ulrich. I would like to I'd like to blame Ulrich for designing the shield.
Yeah. Suck it, our guys. Throwing him under the bus.
Golf with your former friends. Hell, should I try to convince her? Did I already convince her that... No, I didn't already convince her that we didn't do it.
She's convinced that you in particular didn't do it.
I want to convince her House Mechanist didn't do it.
Okay.
Persuasion 4. Oh, and I'm... Okay, yes. So, 5...
She's amiable, so I'll just let you do a simple.
15.
Okay, so she says, maybe not, but Adam Dannett certainly thinks so.
I would like to tell her that Adam Dannett is a son of a bitch and Sir Sassy would never let this sort of thing happen with his men.
Roll deception. Because you don't know if Adam Dannett is actually a son of a bitch.
7.
She says, he certainly seemed fairly friendly when he was in here. He seemed of an honorable sort, even if he wasn't...
I'll bluff.
If he wasn't the sharpest knife in the drawer.
Man, we're so bad at this.
Hello.
We're mouthy,
I could bluff and it would get 6 dice for it.
and this entire time Ulrich is just standing in the back.
Yeah,
I sit down, I
know
break the
I'm
chair.
not persuading him to do anything.
Yeah.
You walk up with your big sword. Yeah, you're gonna want to believe me.
Roll intimidate.
I would. Can I ask her? How recently was our banner color changed?
Good question.
10 years ago.
Oh.
Okay, so it's been a while. All right.
It's been a while.
All right.
And this shield has the new banner on it. I'd like to find out if this shield has the new or the old banner on it.
You'd have to roll persuasion. You have to roll persuasion to ask her what color the field on the shield is.
Could he ask the question?
Yeah.
This is not going to do any good for me to do that.
Persuasion.
Persuasion. God damn, I just got snake eyes.
She doesn't remember. She doesn't remember. All she remembered was the accusation and remembering looking at the blood splatter and the M.
I would suggest that Bob ask if she's seen any Baratheon men pass through recently.
Yeah.
Is that also persuasion?
That would also be persuasion.
That's his
11?
first bad roll.
So she says, I don't remember anyone in particular. We're fairly busy here, especially with the tourney. There's a lot of people coming in and out.
I'd like to ask the serving girl the same thing.
Okay, so you're going to... So, you should wrap up with her real fast before you go do that.
Okay.
You should...
I'd like to say one more thing.
So you should you should tell her how many rooms you want, if you want any. You should also tell her whether guys want food. I think it's just like a soup of the day sort of grog.
I feel like all of us want a bath too, just so you know.
And
all of us had some
there's no
real
baths.
big issues.
Gotta have to
4
wait till
rooms.
King's Landing for baths.
4 rooms.
Okay. That is...
Actually, me and Ulrich can share a room. It just needs 2 beds.
4 rooms.
It'll make it cheaper.
Ma'am, we just need 4 rooms.
It's going to be 1 gold dragon a room.
How many gold dragons do we have?
I think each of you started out with 50?
I have 12 at the moment.
How did we
You
find
started
this
out
out?
with 10? Okay, I have to look back at that. Then, I'll just say it's 10... Yeah, it's 10 silver stacks.
How many of those do we have?
I forget what's the exchange rate between silver stacks and gold dragons.
I wrote it down.
You beautiful bastards. Roll knowledge to figure out how money works.
Should be
200, 225, no, 2520.
2,520.
Yeah.
Silver to gold.
Okay, so it's going to be 100 silver stacks.
Again, me and Ulfric can just share a room.
Persuade it down to 50.
Okay, then you're gonna have to start another intrigue.
Okay.
Here we go again, guys. We're gonna be at this for a while.
Persuasion.
He's just gonna
Convince.
one-shot her again.
Yeah, no.
You have to roll status.
Oh, roll status?
You have to roll status to see who goes first.
For intrigue status +1, so that's +1 die or +1? Yeah, +1 die.
Yeah.
Okay.
He didn't do that well.
No, it's... I might change it at the break, but just do that.
14.
Okay, so you go first. You have to pick your disposition.
Friendly.
Okay.
So now I roll 5
By the way,
dice.
if you get a bonus die, you roll all your dice and then you get however many are in these columns you get to use.
Right, and then I get a bonus in here too. so
Also, your your goal is going to be friendship because you're trying to get a better deal.
Sorry.
okay,
Just so you know.
cool. So rolling status.
Did you already roll status?
Yes, and then you said I go first.
Yeah, because you won the status roll.
So then I do status again.
No, so then you roll persuasion.
Roll persuasion. Okay, so that's
Be like, we're friends. Can't we get a better rate?
2 to intimidate and persuasion. So,
He and her are friends. The
So-
rest of us have made it
so
very
does
clear.
my
we're
blood of
angry.
Valyria, when I add 2 to intimidate and persuasion, does that mean that I add that after I roll to my total?
It'll add to your roll, so it'll help you against her defense.
Okay.
It'll
Well,
help you hit.
16 plus 2 is 18.
Alright, so you hit with... How many fucking degrees is this?
20 billion.
What'd you roll?
18.
Okay, so you have two degrees of success, which means it's doubled. Okay, so
That's
yeah, and then what's your persuasion?
My persuasion is 3, and my persuasion is 3.
3 and 1, and then 1 degree of success doubles it to 6. So, and her composure is 6, so you got her. So that raises her. That raises her.
You know how you can intrigue real well? I can shoot people real
I
well.
know. We've seen. He exploded
shadow.
on you.
You're all covered in blood for a reason.
So
That's
you
menacing.
you raised her from amiable to friendly, and the
Yo.
rooms are now 75 silver stakes a minute.
That's much better.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
mean, you could go farther though. Like, I kind of trust you being able to drop that to like. I feel like you could drop that to a copper piece each, but we don't want to do that.
Is that a reasonable price? Do I need to roll knowledge to find that out?
It's a quite reasonable price.
Oh, yes. So, for... It's 300.
For 4 rooms.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Cool. And then food, ale, anything like that?
Do you guys want food and ale?
Pint of ale.
Yeah, I just need food.
Food.
I'm gonna make you drink it.
Wait, was that a yes or no on the ale, guys?
That was
Yeah,
yours.
I want a pint.
Okay. I think that's like,
Probably not.
especially with your discount, it's like 10 silver stakes a person. It's not bad.
Okay. So that's 340.
So we're sitting at a table.
I'll
So
pay for
you're
that.
gonna
I'll
move
pay
to
for
a
that out
table.
of mine.
I would like to say I'm in the corner of that table. We're close to the walls, and we have a direct view of the entrance.
Okay. That's fine.
I'd also say that our guy's back is to everything because he is unafraid of everything.
Okay.